Hello YouTube, and welcome to your first Microsoft Visual Basic tutorial. And in this tutorial I'm going to be introducing myself, letting you guys know what a programming language is for all you beginners out there who are just looking to learn a language. I'm going to let you know a little bit about the .NET framework and about what we're going to be doing in these tutorials. Now let's go ahead and get started. My name is Sam, and I run the YouTube channel youtube.com/onlivegamer. Currently have about 80 videos, and they're over Visual Basic, Java, Visual C++, and C Sharp. So you can go ahead and go check that out if you want. I'll be making a lot more C Sharp videos in the future. So if you want to, go ahead and subscribe. And now that my little advertisement is over, what is a programming language? Well, what a programming language does is it uses code that the developer writes, and it makes a decision. Now what I mean by this is that it can solve a problem or make a decision for the user. And to do this, it uses data and algorithms. All programming languages use data and algorithms. It takes that data, pushes it through an algorithm, and then you get an output. So now that you know a little bit about what a programming language is, I'm going to try to explain to you what the .NET framework is. Now, the .NET framework was made by Microsoft, and what they wanted to do was they wanted to create a programming language, or not a language, they wanted to create a framework that was independent of Windows. And what I mean by this is that when you create a program that runs on the .NET framework, it is not dependent on the system. It runs on the framework itself, which is kind of like a virtual machine if you've ever used a virtual machine. Or for you Java programmers, it's like the Java virtual machine. It keeps it independent of the computer that it's running on. But in my opinion, it's a lot more effective than the Java virtual machine and does a lot better job. Now, I may have already told you this, but Visual Basic is a very high level language. Now what I mean by this is that it is easy to understand, it's very much like English, and it's one of the highest level languages that I know of. And an example of a low level language would be C++ or something similar to that. Now, what are we going to be doing in this tutorial? Well, not this tutorial, all the tutorials. We're going to start off by covering data types, variables. We're going to do some math. We're going to work on simple stuff to begin with, just in the console. And then we're going to move on to Windows Forms. Now this is one of the things I love about Visual Basic, is that it's easy to make windows in it. Unlike C++ or Python or other programming language or Java, you don't have to use the code to make your windows. And in the Visual Basic IDE, you can just drag and drop objects onto your windows, and the IDE will automatically generate code for you that creates that window, so that when you run your program, it looks exactly like you want. And now, if you do it by yourself, such as in a language like Java, sometimes it's hard to visualize what your window is going to look like just by typing in the code and using coordinates. So this is one of the reasons I like Visual Basic and all of the languages in Visual Studio. So if you guys have any questions, you can go ahead and leave them in the comments. I'll be monitoring these videos on the new Boston, and I'll try to answer as many questions as I can. I know there are going to be a lot because he has a lot of subscribers, and I hope you guys stay tuned for the next tutorial. Also, one more thing is that if you guys want to learn more about the languages that run on the .NET framework, or just other stuff about development with this, you can go ahead and head over to the Microsoft Developers website at msdn.microsoft.com to read up about their languages they have, and the new stuff and the new releases that they come out with. So that's about it. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe.